As you heard last week, and maybe you were here, we had our burning bowl of fire and we released all the things we wanted to release from 2024. And that was great for me. I hope it was great for you to be able to write those things down and watch the flame consume them. And if you're also like me, you may have found new opportunities to release things since last Sunday. New things that have come up in your life, new things you've witnessed or been presented with that have cycled you right back into a place of forgiveness, of worry, of anxiety, or a place of gratitude and joy. See, the thing is about this spiritual practice, about living a life truly aligned with spiritual growth and presence, is that it's never over. That we get better. It is a spiritual practice. We adapt and adjust more quickly. We forgive readily. We understand the significance of a moment, an interaction, a mistake, more transparently, more deeply, more immediately. But the work will continue to happen until the day we leave this planet and reunite in oneness with Spirit on the other side. And I don't know exactly what that is, right? And I don't pretend to have all the answers. But what I know is that this journey I discovered at Unity and the journey I have witnessed in spiritual practices and spiritual movements all across the globe is universal. That we are spiritual beings having this human experience and coming together in community like this to express our deepest desires, to share our greatest disappointments and sadness, and to celebrate the milestones of it all along the way is one of the most powerful and poignant experiences of my human life. Unity has not only saved my life, but transformed it. I found unity in the midst of the AIDS crisis in 1980s in New York City. And I found a way through that to wholeness and health. I found a way through my addictions and my disappointments to understanding peace and serenity and wholeness and love. And what I've come here today to share is that we can all claim that. We can all claim our wholeness, our health, our compassion, our greatest and our highest, our abundance, our love, and proudly claim it for 2025. Does it mean that nothing is going to go wrong? Absolutely not. The world will keep spinning. There will still be fires. There will be crises. There will be wars. There will be disappointments. And there will be people who leave us physically on the planet and leave us emotionally because they need to take care of themselves for the moment. And those things are one of the hardest to endure and one of the greatest to accept. Acceptance is the key. Whenever, I'm paraphrasing, some of you may recognize the paraphrase. Whenever I think that something is happening on God's earth that isn't supposed to happen, I have to realize that nothing happens by accident. Everything is unfolding in divine order for something greater than us to unfold. And when we can accept life on life's terms, when we can be one with what is, we can transform our own experience from something of pain and regret and anger into love, compassion, kindness, and celebration. For when we can celebrate whatever is happening, when we can find the peace and the serenity in the midst of the pain, we can overcome, we can transform, and we can rise. We can glow up, as our team just sang for us. So what I quoted, paraphrased, was from the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous. And it is a phrase that many people in recovery use called acceptance is the key. Acceptance is the key to all of my problems today. And from that place, and in the midst of my writing this new book, I keep getting questions from the editor about, are you saying surrender is the key to being open? And the answer is yes. Because we cannot move past what is until we accept what is. When we are fighting reality, we only lose 100% of the time. When we're fighting what is, we are wasting our energy on something that isn't going to change. What is in the moment is what is in the moment. What we want to do is create the bright new future. So we acknowledge where we are and move forward to something beyond what we can imagine. Right? So we have a tool that I have been doing for some 30 years now called White Stone Ceremony and the Letters to God. If our ushers could come forward now, I want everyone to get your white stone. It looks like this. The ushers are going to pass out these baskets, and I invite you to take a white stone. This was quarried in Israel, and it is just a white piece of smooth stone. And it represents the blank slate that this year is. In this basket, there's also Sharpies. I invite you to take a Sharpie because pens don't write on stone. So what we're going to do here in a moment is go through a little meditation. And we will be able to discern in that meditation what is your word or words for the year. I've seen many people do this very creatively because there's so many sides to these little stones that they put words on every flat surface they can find. But one word will suffice. It is up to your internal spirit to determine what that is. All right, so I see that most people have a stone. Is there anyone who's waiting for a stone right now? There's a whole bunch that are needed on this side, yeah, okay, and some down here, okay? It's all right, we have more than enough time to make this happen. And then the second thing is you should have received this folder when you came in. Inside of it, you will find a piece of letterhead and an envelope. While everybody's still getting their stones, this is a great time to write your own address. Address this envelope to yourself, right? I know that sounds weird, but address this envelope to yourself. Later, after another meditation, we will write a letter to ourselves from the divine, from our divine consciousness, from our highest self. And then we will put that letter in this envelope. And later this year, I will mail it back to you. So you will get it at the end of 2025. So just make sure you have this and you have it available for yourself. And you can address the envelope if you want to right now. Okay, so does everybody have a white stone? Anyone not have a white stone? Great. For those of you online, for those of you who are regulars on Zoom, we sent them out. I hope you got some. If you didn't get one, just have pen and paper ready and let us know by sending an email to the office or let us know here on Zoom, and we will send you a white stone that you can fill out. Okay? All right. And for those of you at home too, you can address an envelope and have a pen and paper ready so you won't be disturbed. Or if you're watching this later, get yourself set up, put this recording on pause, and then play when you're all set. All right. Art. Invite everybody to hold the stone in your hand and to allow my voice to become your voice. And to speak from the internal wisdom of our heart, our gut, and our mind. That wisdom that has witnessed so much, that has seen everything we've been through and knows the path forward, the next step ahead, the right and perfect reaction, response, and the right and perfect action. As we breathe once again in this moment, we notice that with the exhale, we can let go. Let go of all of the pain. Let go of the disappointment. Just for the moment, let go of the self-doubt and the self-blame. And as best and as simply as possible, we can be here in this room, sitting in this chair, breathing this collective air. We know that we are not here by accident. We are here by divine appointment, brought to this time and space so that our highest and best may unfold before us. Brought to this time and space so that we may be the agents of change, the agents of compassion, the agents of love and understanding that the world needs. We come forward to this now moment, fully aware of all that we carry forward. And as we make this conscious choice, we take a metaphysical, metaphorical step forward in consciousness to inhabit and fully move into 2025. A quarter of the way in to the 21st century. That infinite possibility, that delight, that realm of possibility beckons us to enter, beckons us to come forward in spirit, in physical wholeness and truth, and to vibrate with love and understanding, vibrate with peace and serenity, vibrate with possibility. What is 2025 calling you to be? Who is 2025 calling you to be? There may be things you wish to experience. There may be goals you wish to see unfold. But for our white stones, I invite you to consider, who is it that I am called to be for this year and for the experiences my heart desires? I am called to be. I am called to be. I am. I am. I am. When the word appears for you, I invite you to write it. And if it doesn't, just to sit with the I am. I am. I am. I am. If you're still waiting, that's great. No judgment around that. The word may come for you after we come into touch and contact with the letter from divine consciousness. So I invite you, when you're ready, to pull out your stationery and address it to yourself. If Spirit, God, universe was calling your name, what would they write? And once you have that done, just your name done, I invite you just to pause again. And take this moment to breathe once again. There's logistics going on. There's stuff that takes us out of our meditative space. But take the moment to come back into center. This letter has morphed as I have experienced it over the years. It used to be called Letters from God, which put God somewhere outside of me. up in the sky or somewhere distant, that God, that spirit, that divine entity that somehow was removed. But as I've studied and evolved with unity, we understand that there is no place within me that God is not. No molecule, no atom, no part of me that is unholy. It is all the divine. Everything within you is one with God. And everything around you is steeped and swimming with spirit. So when we write this letter, we're writing it to our human selves from the understanding and from the wholeness of that divinity. It is a letter that transcends the physical and includes the physical. So whatever spirit is calling from you, calling in you, and calling to you, is the gift of this now moment. (2025). What is it going to be like in you? 2025. What is it going to be like with you? In 2025, what is it going to be like because of you? When you're ready, I invite your highest self to write this letter.